Well, I initially went about casting, I think in the same way Steven has gone about casting the other films in the franchise, which is I pick the best character actors available.
But you're running, and then when you get right here, you see it, and you go boom, and it goes, Are you doing the 3D?
At that time, I wasn't aware that one of the great character actors that I chose was going to become a hugely successful movie star in the
But he wasn't when you cast him?
Not at all. No, I just cast a great actor.
No, hold your fire. You put 12 amps in these animals, they're never going to trust me again.
I thought he had the chops for this, and Colin believed in him, and I really believed in him too. So it was a bit of a risk, and of course, when Guardians of the Galaxy came out, we all thought we were really smart. Even though we didn't make Guardians of the Galaxy, they made us look really smart.
Here we are in the raptor paddock. This is the first scene that we meet Owen, and we also see Owen trying to tame these wild raptors. In fact, that's exactly what they'll look like when the movie's done. Yo. When you, Colin's my kind of director. He was like, look, you can't tell anybody, but your character is going to basically be training raptors ultimately for military applications. And I was like, okay, I'm in. That sounds badass.
And 3, 2, 1, drop! Drop! Drop!
It was pretty physical, and I didn't do any training or anything before this, and so we get here and I'm running down fields trying to keep up with an ATV while there's a supposed Indominus Rex behind us. Some of the days, it was a good workout, kicked my ass. I mean, Ty's in better shape than I am, probably, so I was out there like huffing and puffing.
Ball pass, please. Ball pass. I didn't say we'd make it easy. We move over to gyro.
We gotta jump.
Yeah. Basically, they're being chased by our big bad dinosaur.
1, 2, come on.
And they come across a waterfall, and that's their only way to get away from the dinosaur that's going to eat them. It's a 40-foot waterfall. The boys, they did all of the beauty shots at the edge, and then when we jumped, we had 2 doubles jump off.
Action!
We saw them go down in the water, and then we go back down below and have the boys go underneath the water and pop up like they did the jump themselves.
I have that question for you. Do you have memories from other Jurassic movies?
I mean, the cup with the water, that was in the trailer. Because this was an event for me as a kid. It was like the first event movie of my life. I remember seeing the trailer and it was like, and the cup was vibrating and the surface of the water was rippling. I remember that moment very much. I remember when the lawyer sits down on the toilet and then the dinosaur rips everything around him and it's just him praying on the toilet and then right before he gets eaten. That was pretty good. What do you think the key is to increasing suspense? How do you do that so that it doesn't seem contrived?
I think you imagine yourself a child in that scenario every time around, and I think that the fear that you had when you were a kid, it wasn't rationalized by all the things you've learned about the safety precautions we have in place to protect us as humans.
Yeah.
And so I think if you imagine yourself an 8-year-old, whether you're in a freezer on the edge of a boat and a shark's trying to get you, I think the reaction that a child would give is going to be the most honest and real and elemental that you could possibly come up with. I directed the whole movie as a child.
Really?
Absolutely.
That is interesting.
You remember. Seriously, though. I really did. Like, I felt like the entire experience to be able to enter the world through the eyes of a child as we go to the park with these kids. And all the way down to your relationship with Bryce. I feel like it's the way that kids think adults talk to each other.
Yeah. What is that supposed to mean?
It means I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Able to see their faces and the roof behind them.
Correct.
So
The
that
roof,
thing goes
a
down.
weight comes through the roof, which is supposed to be a dinosaur head. I imagine there's a beat or two right in the ixnay of the Amscray, and then this car goes flying.
Ready and action. Action, we'll do the push and the hand up. Once the dinosaur lands right here, he's on top of the guy, right? So it's like, boom, right in our face.
These really incredible and wonderfully talented people who are the best in the business have rated the dinosaurs that look better than anything you have ever seen in your life.
These dinosaurs have personality and life, and we created real characters with them. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than what we did. It's spectacular.
The dinosaurs just look a lot more realistic than they ever have been before. What that adds up to for the audience is they're just a heck of a lot scarier.
And action. Crash!
It all starts on the set. It all starts with how the dinosaur is going to fit in the scene and even how the actors are reacting to it. They have to know just where to look. They have to know what degree of fear they're supposed to be. So we do what we can to make that part of it the best it possibly can be, so we've got the best material to work with.
What was the moment on set when you realized I am in a Jurassic Park movie? This is happening and this is real.
There were a lot of moments, like the whole movie.
All of the moments.
Every moment. Everything that was reminiscent of the original movie, like the old visitor center, the old Jeep, things like that. Then when we started doing practical effects, like the Jeep crashing and me diving out of the way or the log rolling behind us, those things. Yeah, kind of the whole movie. I mean,
kind of the whole thing.
There wasn't really ever a moment where I was like, oh, this is just another day at the office. The whole time I was like, you're in Jurassic World, don't screw it up. And I felt like we're part of a great big classic movie. Like, hold on to your butts.